Hey guys, and welcome back to this Manchester United rebuild series in the beta version of Football Manager 26. If you missed the last episode, go ahead and click on the link in the description to find the video. In that video I explain more about the tactic that I'm currently using and also the staff that we are bringing in to make the club better. In this episode we do a little bit of a deeper dive into the squad that we currently have and already plan for the future. Some guys are running out of contract, so we have to make the decision if we want to keep them in or not. However, before we do that, let's have a look how we did over the past few months. Because as you can see, it's now the 12th of January 2026, which means that I've played a lot of games off camera and I wanna show you where we currently are with this Manchester United squad. Hey, 93.5% of you are not subscribed to my channel yet. Please do consider subscribing as it really helps me out a ton and it keeps me motivated to make more awesome content. With that out of the way, let's move on to the video. I'm starting off with the Carabao Cup, where we've drawn against Arsenal away from home, unfortunately. This game is going to be played live in this episode, so stick around to the end to find out how we did in this game. When we have a look at our performance in the different competitions, you'll see that it's quite inconsistent. We started off very well after our Manchester City game with 6 wins out of 7 games, only losing to Liverpool, which was kind of expected. But after that, 2 draws and a loss against Crystal Palace meant that we were not really getting the performance that we were getting at the beginning of the Premier League season. However, after that loss, 5 straight wins in a row against West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Aston Villa and Brentford, which was very surprising. But then the Christmas time came. We had a loss against Newcastle at home, which was very sad to see, and then a draw against Wolves and Leeds. What was good to see that after those draws we also returned to Burnley and we beat them 1-4. The next game then was Brighton 2-0, which meant that we have gone through in the FA Cup. And now we have some very difficult fixtures ahead. Because as you can see, we have Arsenal away in the Carabao Cup. We also have them at home in the Carabao Cup. But in between those games we have City at home, Arsenal away for the Premier League, and also Fulham at home, which is arguably an easier fixture. But my priority is going to be on the Carabao Cup, because if we win that, it means that we get to play in Europe. And I will explain also why the Premier League doesn't have that much urgency for me at the moment. Why not, you may ask? Well, have a look at our standings. We are currently in 4th, being very close to 2nd spot and also very close to 7th spot. So we're doing just fine. If we lose those games against Arsenal and Manchester City, it doesn't mean that we fall down a lot and we can still get back up. If we just manage to draw those games, it would be fine enough, but if we lose, we're still in contention for those Champions League spots. So I'm very happy with how the team is performing so far. And that is a nice bridge to see who's performing well in our team. And I feel like everyone is really putting in the effort, also our rotation players, but mainly Sesko with 15 goals and 1 assist, and also Barcola with 5 goals and 10 assists are one of the best players in our team so far. Very undervalued is also Bruno Fernandes with also 10 goals and 5 assists. However, he sometimes plays insanely well and then other games he's very invisible. Whilst Sesko and Barcola, I feel like they turn up every game again. In this view, where's Jadon Sancho, where's Harry Maguire and where is Casemiro? Well, they're all the way on the bottom. As you can see, they're right here. Not performing very well. Jadon Sancho on his loan not performing well. But these guys together are almost earning €1 million a month. So, of course, logically, when we look at their contracts, let's see when they're expiring. We are in luck. They're expiring at the end of this season. So almost €1 million in wage budget is coming to us, which we can spend on bringing other players in potentially. I'm not going to renew any of their contracts because they're just not playing well enough and they're also getting quite old. Harry Maguire is already 32, so he isn't really of a lot of value anymore. Casemiro is turning 34 very soon, so I don't think he's really going to impact a lot. And Jadon Sancho has been loaned out and also doesn't like Manchester United. We're going to have a big loss on the guy since we've brought him in for I think almost 85 million a couple of seasons ago. Never really got adjusted in Manchester, never really was able to perform well, so I'm also happy to just let him go and see what kind of other talented players we can bring in to replace him. The replacement for Harry Maguire is already coming in the form of Antonio Rudiger. As you can see, he's joining at the 1st of July, as you can see right here. Very good player, still has 2-3 good years left him in. He's coming in on very high wages, I think about 275k, but I think he's worth it. As you can see, physically and mentally very good still. Technically he has what he needs: heading, marking and tackling. So very happy with him coming in. He's a one-on-one replacement for Harry Maguire, but I think he will slot right into our starting 11. Next to him we also have a couple of players on our shortlist which I would love to bring in. Of course Hakimi, but he's going to be very expensive, I do think. Lucas Bergval, for which I put in a bid, and let's hope that is enough. Nico Pas from Como, of course everybody knows him by now. Really would love to bring him in because he's a very highly rated youngster. Oyahan Santos from Athletic Bilbao, a very good player. As you can see, he could replace Casemiro very easily, so I would love to bring him in. And then also, of course, potentially a new goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, the of course national from Portugal, played already 42 games for his national team. I think he would be better than Sol Lemons, who we currently have, and of course Onana, once he comes back from loan, I will get off my hands as quickly as possible. What's very cool in Football Manager 26 is that now if you go ahead and we go to training, you get these training reports, and those training reports are a lot better and visually more appealing than they were before. As you can see right here, you'll see decisions tackling off the ball is going a lot better and he's improving in it. And also right here you'll see that he is improving on a forward trajectory, which is nice to see. It gives you a more visual representation if your player is actually improving, yes or no. Anyway, let's get into the live game against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup away from home. We've got Son Lammers, Dalot and Shaw on the left and right back positions, De Ligt and Martinez as our centre back pairing, Casemiro and Ugarte in front of them, Bueno and Barcola on the wings, Sesko as our striker being supported by Bruno Fernandes. We have on the bench Harry Maguire, Cunha, Zirkzee, Yoro, Mainu, Obi, Mount and this youngster Kekoni, since Masrui is still on international duty. Dogo and Ahmad are injured and they were also on international duty the last couple of weeks. Altay Banyadir is our backup goalkeeper, and let's hope that this squad can get a tie against Arsenal. First couple of minutes have been a little bit quiet, as you can see. We are playing some okay football. We have less of the possession, but that is expected when we're away from home. Let's wait for the first highlight to see if we can create any big chances or if we have to concede a big chance here and there. First highlight happening and we have the ball, so let's hope that it's actually our highlight then. Luke Shaw with the ball, passes it to Barcola, puts it to Casemiro, keeps the ball. Barcola, who's been playing fantastic so far this game. Ugarte to Dalot, so much room there. Dalot, what you gonna do with the ball? Sprints past the defender and hits it. Good save by Kepa. That was a good chance. We have been playing some okay football. Arsenal have had the better of us, but this was a very big chance indeed. Second highlight of the game. Big ball to Gyökeres, but Matthijs de Ligt defends very well. Let's see if we can pressure some more. There's almost 5 Arsenal players behind the ball. However, Calafiori passes it to Merino. So much room for Martinelli. Shoots. What a goal for Martinelli. Is it offside? Let's hope it's offside. That was insane. I expected him to move a little bit more into the 16 of our goal, but he didn't. Let's see if it's in. It's been awarded. A shame. 1-0 to Arsenal. Let's see if we can turn it around. Half time and we're 1-0 down. Not too bad, if I can say so myself. we're playing okay football. We just need to convert our big chances and not like hit them over the goal like Sesko did a couple of times. I think I'm not going to make any changes. I am going to say show me something else in the second half. Let's see if they will. And then also, no one is playing particularly bad except for Mbueno, but I do still have Cunha on the bench, so I think I will bring Cunha in and then probably switch these two around if I can. No, I can't, but he can play there on the right, it's fine, because I think Cunha can also bring a lot. Then if Sesko at some point isn't really performing, I can still bring Zirkzee in, and I do hope that Martinez will pick it up, because if not, I will try to bring in Yoro. For now, this seems to be fine. Let's make these changes and start the second half. Another highlight, but Arsenal has the ball. They're trying some build-up play here. Let's see if it works out for them. Martinelli heads it to Dalot. Heads it really to no one. That seems very weird to me. No one intercepts that ball, and that's a very good ball by Havertz. Let's see what Gyökeres can do. What? That was terrible goalkeeping. I don't know what that was. He just dove into the left corner and just left the right corner, the far corner, all the way open. That was some terrible defending. I don't know who did that. Matthijs de Ligt doesn't walk with Gyökeres. Gyökeres just has the room and just plops it in. I don't know what the goalkeeping is, man. Okay, 2-0 down. Let's try to do something different then. Alright, made a couple of changes and we now have a highlight for us. Barcola on the ball. Let's see if we can do something else. Oh, no, we can just lose the ball. That's also good. That's not great. A lot of room there for Martinelli now. Let's see if Dalot can close it down. He seems to be having no hands, so that won't help. And good save by Lammens to prevent a goal there. Whew, what a game. Alright, highlight for us. As you can see, Dalot is going to throw in right there, but throws it straight to a Arsenal player. Good header by Mino. Cunha, what can you do? Loses the ball. Ugarte recovers it. Barcola, good shot, but unfortunately he's not quite as good as Martinelli, who just bins it in the top corner. Corner to Arsenal. Trossard is going to take it. Let's hope that they don't bin it in. Oh, of course they will. Of course they will. Alright, this means that our next game against them in the Carabao Cup is going to be very tough. Because if we have to come back from a 3-0, that's going to be almost impossible. If you also have a look, if I skip this, the second halves are always very difficult. As you can see, the first half we scored 0.36 XG and now we're at 0.43. While Arsenal, they've scored 3 goals while only having 1.3 XG. So I think also some luck is involved, but this is really insane. Just like with Manchester City, we can't keep playing like we do in the first half. We always have to be a lot poorer in the second half. I just don't understand. A highlight to us, Ugarte shoots. Gabriel heads it away. Merino heads it away and Mainu with the ball. Shaw, what you gonna do? Don't lose the ball. Mainu to Mount. Very risky ball to Yoro. What's Yoro going to do? Move it to the right, Matthijs. To Cunha. Sesko. Cunha. Walk through. Shoot. Let's go. Let's go. 3-1. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. That means that the goal cushion is only 2. We still have to play at home. If we win 2-0 or 3-0, we're still through to the Carabao Cup. Good goal. Matthijs de Ligt with the pass. Cunha to Sesko. Passes it back. Cunha just sprints past the defender and hits it in. Very, very nice goal. 3-1 is the end score. I think that one goal from Cunha really gives us a chance in 2 to 3 weeks time in our home game against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. So I'm very happy with that. It gives us a little bit more breathing room. If we compare this game against Manchester City, Arsenal are like a way better squad than City is. So I feel like we are really improving throughout the season. For now, this is what we have to deal with. And I think 3-1 could have been a lot worse, but it also could of course been a lot better. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel, as it really helps me out a ton. If you want to see more Football Manager 26 content, please leave something in the comments below what you would like to see. For now, I want to thank you once again for watching, and next episode we'll be back with the end of our first season with Manchester United.